My name's Sian Lewi. I'm the Group Executive for Human Resources at the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, and this is my episode of LinkedIn Talent Streams. When we went into this strange pandemic world. But for us, our purpose at the Commonwealth Bank is to build a brighter future for all. And you can't do that if you're not there for the hard moments. And so how we really survived through the pandemic was living our values, care, courage and commitment. And I saw an enormous amount of care from our people, care for each other, great stories of people who lived within exclusion zones, going out on walks together, taking dinner around for people who lived on their own. They also showed enormous care for our customers. I mean, that was a period of huge uncertainty for our customers. So all of our people being able to have good conversations with customers and also lead much of the work around government guaranteed loans for small businesses to make sure that we set up our own loan deferrals so that people who were really struggling could survive. I think that showed an enormous amount of care. A lot of commitment from the teams who had to get us working at home very quickly and at very short notice. They did gargantuan work to make sure that the bank could continue to operate and continue to serve their customers, and not a little bit of courage to make some really key decisions in a very short space of time and in a very uncertain environment. We think we're at our best in a crisis. We hope to be at our best without a crisis in the future, but we certainly learned that we can deliver on what we say. From a people perspective, we feel really confident. We actually spent the pandemic doing quite a lot of reflection, and we went out and we asked our people, what is it that makes it great to work for the Commonwealth Bank? And they said three things. They said they want to do purposeful work. We're on one side or the other of 45% of the payments in Australia. The work you do at CommBank makes a difference. Secondly, they said they really like being surrounded by really talented and supportive people. And that's the last thing that people said that they really loved working at the CBA for, and that was the fact that it provides such a huge potential to grow. We've got 48,000 employees. We work in the three main areas of banking: retail, business and institutional. And I heard us described the other day as Australia's largest fintech. So the opportunities are there for people who want to come and get them. Based on that research, we developed the CommBank People Promise. And it's a two-way commitment. We commit to provide those great opportunities and to give people purposeful work. We ask our people to bring their best to it so that the work they do really does make the impact that we want and expect. We also said that we would make sure that we create an environment that is respectful and inclusive. So we really encourage people to speak up, to challenge. But that means that you have to be in a position to listen to others and to make sure you're behaving in a respectful way. And finally, those opportunities to really unleash your potential and grow. We'll provide opportunities, career pathways, training and learning, but also most importantly, honest feedback and challenge. We need you to bring yourself to that in the spirit of wanting to get better and being in a really learning position. People are going to have so many more choices about their career in the future. As we work remotely, as you can work across boundaries, I think it's so important that we deliver a great experience of our people, not just the intrinsic nature of the work that we're able to give them, but the whole environment in which they operate. We really want people to bring their best and to bring out their best. We're going to go through a revolution in this country and across the globe over the next 10 years. We're going to go from a carbon to a sustainable economy. Digitisation and the digital world is going to become even more pervasive. And so not only do we want to make sure that when we have people work at Commonwealth Bank, they've skilled, but we also want to help them reskill to face those challenges. So we've started some reskilling programs in areas where we have high demand, like data and analytics, risk, business banking. And so far we've had 200 of our employees go through that program, and 100 of them have actually got jobs in the area they reskilled for. So I think building the brighter future for the community does involve helping them with this revolution, getting people to not think about their education in lumps, but to think about it as a continuous and lifelong journey in which organisations like the CBA can play a real part. We're obviously a huge financial institution, and we also see the dark side of finance. And so we also want to make sure that we're helping the community when things don't go quite as well, which is why as an organisation we're really committed to the cause of stamping out financial abuse. It costs the economy $5 billion, more than $5 billion in fact. So we're really committed to, one, raising awareness about what it is, doing some research to understand what the root cause is, and then helping people to really recover if they've been a victim of financial abuse. For our own people, we introduced unlimited domestic violence leave, and we also provide extensive support to help people get over financial abuse and incidents of domestic and family violence. As an organisation, we stand with a lot of other organisations being committed to stamping out domestic and family violence and financial abuse. Big challenge for CBA in the future is to become more nimble and to be more agile. We know that customers have ample choice in terms of the services we provide. We want to reimagine products and services and get them in the hands of our customers as quickly as we can, and also thinking about how we lead so that we can get to the outcome where we're very close to our customers and able to deliver efficiently and well to them at a much greater velocity than you would expect from a traditionally large organisation. So what this means for the workforce, I think, is that hierarchical career structures are probably going to look very different in the next decade. It's going to be much more about the skills and capabilities you build, and therefore the size of the tasks you're going to be working on, and much less about a linear career path. We have to start finding ways to recognise that kind of development outside of the normal hierarchical structures that are in organisations, and we're starting to rethink that now. Start opening your mind. Probably what's made you successful to this point in your journey isn't necessarily going to make you successful going forward. Leaders have been kind of about control and review and inspect, and it's got to be much more about removing barriers and making sure that your people know very clearly what they need to deliver. Have your people got real clarity? Have you got great people? And are you coaching and developing them so they are great people? And then are you really stepping in and helping them when something gets in the way of them delivering? One of the things that we do a disservice, for all of us, is that we move on too quickly. We don't do enough reflecting about the experience we've just had and the achievements that we've just delivered. And I think just 5-10 minutes every week, or a routine you can get into that says, what have I learned? How am I better? And where did I not go quite so well? And I might want to actually get a bit of help and support in that. I think that's going to be really important as we move forward, because things are going to be fast. And a lot of people aspire to that speed. They want new experiences, they want different experiences. But if they're going to have that, it means that they need to be aware of where they're doing well, where they're not, and start correcting and filling the gaps really quickly.